What up, YouTube? What's going on? It's your boy French Fries, and I'm here today to talk about the Chicago Bears. That's why I'm rocking the Kyle Long jersey, which may or may not be fake. I don't know. I did not buy it. It was a gift. I love it. So, I'm here to talk about the Chicago Bears, the 2016 season of the Chicago Bears. I feel like, camera out of focus. I feel like the Bears had a very active off season. I think they had a great draft. I think they had a solid free agency period. I think they lost some key pieces, which I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to talk about the 2016 season because we're in a time period where there is no football. Okay, there is nothing. Okay, literally no one's talking. Okay, training camp's not for 2 weeks or some shit like that, and it's driving me crazy. I need something. Somebody say something. Somebody say something about Jeremy Langford or Jay Cutler. I don't care. Just say something, please. I need it. Moving forward. So my camera's acting crazy right now. It's doing some focus shit. I'm sorry. Back up. So I'm gonna start with okay. So I'm gonna start with the offseason with the key pieces that the Bears let go and then the key pieces that the Bears picked up. So from my handy dandy notebook here, the key pieces that the Bears let go was Martellus Bennett, who went to the Patriots, Matt Forte, who went to the Jets, Matt Slauson, who went to the Chargers, and Antrell Rowe, who I don't know where the fuck he is. So, I'm going to start with Antrell Rowe. Okay, so last season, the Bears lacked any type of veteran presence. Okay, there was none to be had here. And Antrell Rowe brought that for the first, 3 games until he got hurt. And he had some really messed up ankle injury that happened, and like it was pretty bad, and he was basically a no-show throughout the most of the season. I'll start that over. Starting over. I want to talk about Antrell Rowe first because last year at the beginning of that offseason last year, the Bears didn't really have a veteran presence, and the Bears have not had a safety for I don't know how long. So bringing in Antrell Rowe made a lot of sense. It just so happened that he got hurt and he didn't play most of the season, and the Bears let him go. So you know he's kind of old. Sorry, sorry that we had to let you go. Sorry. He's a solid player. I had liked him when he was with the Giants, with the Cardinals. He was like super good, but that's how the cookie crumbles. So, moving on. Martellus Bennett. So, in my honest opinion, I don't think that Martellus Bennett is done at all. Okay. He had a rib injury last season, and he had a rib injury. Come on, man. What is up with this camera? Damn. Okay, hold on. I got it. Because this shit acting stupid. I don't know what the fuck. No autofocus. Stop. Let me start that over. Okay. So, no, Martellus Bennett. So, Martellus Bennett. Okay, and while I understand why they got rid of Martellus Bennett, I don't think that you get rid of talent. Okay, he was a top 5 tight end. Okay, he done his job well. Last season was not a good season for him. Okay, I called him stone hands because sometimes that ball got thrown and he was open, but the ball just hit the dirt, and it pissed me off. Okay, multiple times. I don't think that Martellus Bennett was happy here. I think that he wanted either a brand new contract or to be traded. He got what he wanted. He's with New England. have a good time trying to have a sense of humor out there because they aren't a fun team. Yeah. So the Bears got rid of him. They also got rid of Matt Forte, who is my absolute favorite Chicago Bear in like my history of watching the Bears actively. He is my favorite Chicago Bear. He is so versatile. He's so reliable. He did everything correctly, but they decided to let him go. Okay. Oh, all right, fine. Oh, okay, okay. Ryan Pace, I trust you. Okay, I feel that you must know something that we don't because I've seen a man who deserved to be a Bear throughout his entire career. He fucking broke all type of Bears records. He's like number 2 on the board. So like the Bears let him go really left a real bad taste in my mouth. I do not care. Okay, that shit fucking irked the fuck out of me. Okay, don't care. But I feel like they might trust Jeremy Langford, or do they really trust Jeremy Langford because they drafted Jordan Howard in the 4th round? I don't know. I'll talk about that shit later. Moving on. Matt Forte, he's with the Jets now. Hopefully they get Ryan Fitzpatrick back because I really want him to go to the playoffs and maybe win the Super Bowl. Probably not going to happen, but the AFC is wide open right now, sort of. Moving on. Matt Slauson. As a person who stutters, to see Matt Slauson get on camera to talk about football, talk about his life and his past and stuff like that, to see him in press conferences, I really felt for him. Okay, I really feel this connection towards him, and the Bears let him go. I mean, my man's literally seen the center go down, move to the center spot, and fucking played that position fairly decently. And the Bears let him go. All right, fine. Okay. We drafted Hronis Grasu. He was alright. Okay. We also got somebody in the draft for this round. I'm gonna talk about that shit later. So yeah. Moving on. So those are the players who I think are the key people that left. I know some other players left, like Shea McClellan. Sorry, dude, it just didn't fit here. Like you play with Mark Trestman. Like I would want to leave. Period. Okay, but I digress. Moving on to the players that we brought in through free agencies, which was Danny Trevathan from the Broncos, Jarrell Freeman from the Colts, Akeem Hicks from the Patriots, yeah, and Bobby Massey from the Cardinals. Bobby Massey. Okay, we need a right tackle because Kyle Long, as good as he is, he's a better right guard than he is a right tackle. That's just the God honest truth, So, from what I seen and from what I read, he's okay. He isn't this like top tier tackle, but it's better than nothing. He's definitely better than Charles Leno. Okay, moving on. Danny Trevathan. Okay, so Danny Trevathan, who just came off the Super Bowl winning Broncos, has come to the Chicago Bears. I've said since the middle of the season that Danny Trevathan is going to be a Bear. I was correct. You can ask my brother. I said it. It happened. It's true. So, he's a Bear now. He's a good cover linebacker. I don't think that his strength relies on, like stopping runs for negative yardage. I think he's a good leader. He's a good communicator. He's fast as hell, sideline to sideline. He's a beast. Jarrell Freeman, I think that he's a solid starter. He's definitely better than what we had before, which was John Timu, who ain't do bad. Okay, he wasn't bad, but he was rookie then, and yeah. So I feel like those two signings make our defense a little bit better than what it was. Because at the beginning of last season, we was a joke, and then now we are a respectable. Okay, respectable. Akeem Hicks from the highlights, because I don't really know him too well. I don't. I seen the highlights. He's a beast. He is a monster. He is disruptive, and with him, Eddie Goldman, Bullard, Will Sutton, Ego Ferguson, Pernell McPhee. Oh my God, it's a lot to be excited for. And then who else did we get? Did we get anybody else? I don't have it on my list, so I'm just gonna move on. If I forgot anybody, let me know. Tell me in the comments, and I will toss a like. I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever. So free agency. I'm not gonna give it a score. I'm not it's an 8 out of 10. Like, what the fuck do I know? Like, just fucking do your fucking job. Okay, period. But they solid. They made the defense better. So I'm not tripping on that. So the draft. I'm not gonna go through every single draft pick because, like I said, what do I know? But I like some certain pieces. Like, I like they got Leonard Floyd in the first round. I like they jumped over the Giants because the Giants was probably going to get him. Fuck the Giants. I love Odell Beckham and his crazy ass hair. Fuck the Giants. So they skipped over the Giants and they got Leonard Floyd, who I think is going to be Vic Fangio's little project. Okay, and if you know Vic Fangio, and you watch team like the 49ers, Arden Smith, he got a real mean first step. So, I have high hopes for Leonard Floyd. I feel like I'm going to go through the whole thing later. Okay, so moving on. Who else I got? In the second round, I should have wrote this down, but let's test out my memory. They got Cody Whitehair in the second round. We got rid of Matt Slauson, and we need another guard. So, from what they say about him, they say that he's versatile. So maybe he could play tackle. Excuse me. Maybe he could play center. We don't know yet. So we'll see. In the third round, oh my God, I do not. Kwiatkowski? Was that third round or fourth round? I'm a go check because I don't want to be wrong. Let's see, Bears 2016 draft. Okay, so in the start over. Okay, so in the third round, the Bears got Jonathan Bullard. Solid defensive tackle. That's a hell of a get. That is a hell of a get. Putting him there with McPhee, Houston, Young, Goldman, Leonard Floyd. Oh, he is a really solid run blocker. And the Bears was ranked 21, 22 in stopping the run. Having him there should hopefully make that jump to 18, 17, 16, some shit like that. So I fucking love that pick. I also love the Floyd pick because I feel like Floyd is a project. Floyd is hella athletic. He's hella long. His first step is amazing. But he probably has to get better, and he's only going to get better with time. He has a high ceiling, but he can also be, he can also be a bum. So hey, it shit happens. So hopefully he's not a bum. Hopefully he's a beast, and we can get this shit rolling. The fourth round, Nick Kwiatkowski. I seen the highlights. He played with Kevin White. He seems pretty solid. They also got Jordan Howard, who is a back who who I feel like when I say this, okay, don't take it too personally, okay, but when I see him run, I see Eddie Lacy, okay, I see someone who will consistently break first contact, who will consistently fight for short yardage, whether that's 2 yards to 4 yards. I feel like in like third and fours, we're gonna be seeing Jordan Howard. In like third and goals from the fucking 3 to 4, we're probably gonna be seeing Jordan Howard. Like, I feel like he will do his best to break first contact. We also got Deion Bush from Miami, and from the highlights that I seen, and from the things that my people tell me about him, he's a beast. He fucking flies. He fucking flies throughout the whole fucking field, knocking people down. Okay, hey, you know, Adrian Amos knocked motherfuckers down. Deion Bush will also be knocking people down. But that being said, our secondary has a lot to prove. Okay, we was number 4, but we will wait and see. We also got DeAndre Houston Carson, and we got another player from Northern Iowa who's like super long, and I cannot remember his name. Once again, tell me his name in the comments. I don't mean to disrespect this dude, but I do not remember his name. So, but he's like hella long. So, hey, I think it's Deion Hall. There it is. Deion Hall. Hella long. He's like, what, 6'2", 6'3", with a 6'7" wingspan? All right. All right. Sold me there. Yeah. And then, who else we got? DeAndre Houston Carson, and we got Daniel Braverman. I want Daniel Braverman to start, but I know that the role that he's probably going to fit in, which is that, you know, that Wes Welker type role, you know, that Wes Welker, Julian Edelman type role, he probably won't, he'll get his reps, but I don't feel like he'll be a real instrument until later on down the road. But Daniel Braverman, he is fucking fun to watch. Okay, he's quick as shit. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so overall, I think that the Bears offseason from the draft to free agency was pretty solid. Yeah. So I went through free agency, most of it. I went through the draft, most of it. And now let's talk about the position groups, okay? Yeah, so the Bears ranked 4th in pass defense last season, but they ranked 22nd in run defense. They also, I believe they had number 11 running attack, and passing attack wasn't that good. I think it was like 30? No, it couldn't have been 30. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so last year the Bears, at least offensively, fuck ton of injuries. I mean, goddamn. Alshon Jeffrey, Eddie Royal. We lost Montgomery, the center. We lost Ronald Grasu for a little bit. We lost who was our left tackle before fucking Charles Leno? Bushrod. Bushrod went down and he just couldn't get his job back. We lost a lot of players due to injury, and hopefully that does not happen this year. But you know, it's football and injuries happen. It's the next man up mentality. So if somebody goes down, hey, it's fucking your turn, guy. Get your ass out here. So that's just the name of the game. So I want to talk about the positions. I mean the specific groupings. Okay, so the secondary, the front seven, the offensive line, the wide receivers, the running backs, and the quarterback. So that's what I'm going to go through now. So the secondary. Okay. The secondary. Okay. That's my cat. She's kind of having a fucking midlife crisis right now. What, girl? No. So the secondary. I'm going to start off with Kyle Fuller. Okay. So Kyle Fuller, first round draft pick, drafted in what, 2014, I believe? Yeah. So Kyle Fuller is the key to this defense. And when I say that, I mean this is his make or break year. This is his year that he has to put it together. Um, his first year, he had some fucking awesome moments, like the 49ers game and the Jets game, where like I was like, oh, Phil Emery knows what the fuck is up. No, he didn't. He didn't know what was up. And, you know, that defense, arguably, okay, definitely one of the worst defenses that I have ever seen. One of the worst defenses probably in the history of the fucking NFL. Oh my God, it was so bad. Okay. And Kyle Fuller, I'll give him a pass that first year because that defense was bad. And, you know, Vic Fangio is known to be a defensive-minded genius. So I expect him this year to improve on some of the things that I see him didn't do last year. Sometimes Kyle Fuller would be in the right position, but for the life of me, he would not turn his head around. He was so focused on chasing down whoever that he would not turn his head around to make a play on the ball. Granted, there were some times where he did get his head around and he made hella plays. There were also times where he didn't get his head around. He ended and he pass interfered. And like I feel like this is the year that I want him to put it together because I see him and I see the instinct. Okay, I feel that he fucking knows what is up. Okay, he fucking knows what's up. But he has to put it together. Like it has to come together. And this year, you know, he'll be going up against some real talent, you know, like Dez Bryant, Allen Robinson and them boys. Like he is gonna be tested. Okay. And he fucking needs to step up and fucking make the play when it needs to be made, which is all the time. But he fucking needs to make the play. Damn it, Tracy Porter. So Tracy Porter. So when the Bears kept Tracy Porter, because I remember that he had some type of ankle shit going on at the beginning of last season. I'm like, come on, man, Tracy Porter whack as hell. And then Tracy Porter came back. Okay, he came back, locking them up. We all remember that Packers game on fucking Brett Favre night. My ass said, that's a bear right there. But Tracy Porter, I feel like he had played solid. He only had, 2 interceptions, I think. He had a lot of pass breakups and shit like that. He is the person that stopped Peyton Manning from winning that second Super Bowl, even though Peyton Manning eventually got it. But he is the person that made that play. The skills are there. You know, I don't know how much left he has in the tank, but hopefully he can do his due diligence to play his role as well as, you know, be a teacher to the rookies that we brought in. That's all I gotta say about him. Adrian Amos. Okay, so this dude absolutely rocks the shit out of people. Literally, if fucking he is going to tackle you, you're probably going to feel it, and it's gonna hurt. The thing that I can say about him is he didn't have. I don't think he had any interceptions. I don't really remember if he was in position. You know, I remember one play where he was close to making an interception, but he didn't get it. So I'm gonna need for him to clean that up. I think he's really solid. And I look forward to seeing him grow. And then there's an empty spot. Okay. I know we have Harold John Corte who was okay. You know, when I hear his name, I just think of the fucking Lions game with fucking Megatron jumped like 200 feet over the stadium. He like broke the dome to catch the pass. I remember that. But I do remember him at the end of last season. He was playing real solid. I feel like the secondary can be interchangeable. Like, I feel like players like Deion Bush, players like Deion Hall have a real shot at that safety position. They also have a real shot at 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 the nickelback position where Bryce Callahan stays. Which, like, I think that Bryce Callahan did well, especially during that Packers game. He did really, really well, but his job is not solidified. So, watching training camp, watching preseason, it will be fascinating to know who our secondary is. We can say that Kyle Fuller has a spot. Tracy Porter has a spot. Adrian Amos has a spot. But we don't know, and we will see. You know, I'm kind of pulling for Deion Bush because I like what I saw. I like Deion Hall. We'll just have to see, but because I'm not sure. Yeah, moving on. Front seven. So the front seven last year, the main problem with the Bears last year was the fact that they could not get off on third down. Okay, you would be so excited that they fucking got the 3rd and 6. You'd be like, yes, 3rd and 6. Man, we're finna stop these dudes. Okay, it's finna be amazing. And then they run the play, and then a running back goes through, or a fucking 15-yard pass. You're like, what? Oh, all right, fine. Willie Houston and what the fuck? Willie Young and Lamar Houston. They were injured last season. You know, we all remember Lamar Houston with the jump. Oh God. Oh no. He was out. I believe Willie Young, he either fucked up his Achilles or was his ankle, some shit like that. They had a rough start, but they came on strong to finish. I feel like Willie Young is a beast because he did not want to be there, but he put it all together and still got 7 sacks. Like Willie Young is hella good. He is hella good. Oh my God. Lamar Houston, I think he's like really good too. I remember the Chargers game when he had got the 2 sacks to put the game away. I think that they're really solid starters because we don't have anybody else to fit that role. This is where Leonard Floyd comes in. Leonard Floyd. Okay, so Leonard Floyd role in this defense, I believe, will be, you know, you will see him at the beginning of the season mainly on 3rd down in passing situations because I feel like teams will roll the line towards his side to challenge him to see if he can stop the run. That's just what teams do. So I feel like while it might be obvious that Leonard, okay, sorry, I'm collecting my thoughts. I feel like versus certain teams that we play this year, Leonard Floyd will have hella games. I can see him potentially getting, I don't know, maybe 7 sacks. Maybe 7 sacks with some assistance. I can see him really surprising linemen with his first step. I can see him making that first step, bam, bam, go. Okay, putting pressure on the quarterback. And plus with Pernell McPhee being so technical on the other side, we will have a better chance of getting off the field on 3rd down. That's the key, okay, is getting off the field on 3rd down. Okay, last year we had players that just did not fit. Okay, Shea McClellan did not have it wasn't his fit to be a middle linebacker. Okay, and like we all seen the highlight in the Packers game where like literally my man's was to the left, to the right, to the right. Like he ain't fucking know where to be. He plays solidly, but that's not enough. That's where Danny Trevathan comes in. Whereas he'll be dropping back, covering the running backs, covering the tight ends to the best of his ability to fucking stop the plays coming down the middle. Plus, we also have Jarrell Freeman, who I feel like is pretty solid at snuffing out screens and shit like that. So I feel like while the Bears won't be bringing immense pressure, they will be a whole lot better than what they were, because last year teams just fucking ran through them sometimes, and we did not have the players to fit. You know what last year showed us was the fact that the scheme works. Okay, Vic Fangio's scheme worked. We just did not have the personnel to run that scheme. This year we have more personnel to run that scheme, meaning that we'll have a better chance of getting interceptions, getting pass deflections, getting off the field on third down. Okay, that is what we have to do. And we're playing teams this year with a lot of offensive powers. The Texans, the Jaguars. I really like the Titans, the Colts, the NFC East, like the Giants. The Cowboys, the Redskins again. We're facing a lot of firepower. So the defense is going to have to come up big often, because we have to get Jay Cutler that ball back to have another try. So I have high hopes for the defense. I am looking forward to seeing the defense more than I am the offense, besides one big factor, but I will get to that later. So I feel like the defense has the personnel. They just have to put it together. Moving on, the offensive line. So last year, the offensive line, people say that it was one of the worst. I don't see that. But, Cal Long was a right tackle. He did fine until the end of the season. But that's not his natural. He isn't a Pro Bowl right tackle. He's a Pro Bowl right guard. So moving him back and then acquiring Bobby Massey can hopefully solidify that line. Kyle Long wanted Bobby Massey to come here. So hopefully they're fucking playing video games together and shit, being on Twitch and shit, playing fucking video games together. I don't know. Hopefully they're fucking becoming best friends, because that right side last year was kind of jank. And on the left side we have Charles Leno, as well as whoever the fuck is going to get that job, which I believe it might go to Cody Whitehair. But it could go to somebody else. I don't know. Look, I'm not a fan of Charles Leno. I will never forget versus the Broncos last year when Von Miller was on Cal Long's side damn near the whole game. Okay, damn near the whole game, and he wasn't causing that much destruction. But for one play, Von Miller went to Charles Leno's side, and I said to myself, why is Von Miller on that side? Oh my God, this is gonna be fucked up. And guess what? It was fucked up. He fucking embarrassed Charles Leno so bad. Got to Jay Cutler, stripped the ball. It was wrap after that. Right, game over. Okay. Do I think that Charles Leno can be better? Yes. I think that anybody can be better if they work on their craft. There probably wasn't a left tackle that we could have got. So it's his job to lose. So whether we have somebody waiting in the wings, whether Cody Whitehair proves that he could be a solid left tackle. Left tackle or left guard it's up to them. And then center, Hronis Grasu. I hope the kid gets better. There were some moments like during the Chiefs game where I seen him just get straight up just pushed on his ass, just pushed his ass down, and he fucking fell, and then they fucking got the sack. No, the safety. It was a safety. I remember that play because fuck. So yeah, the I feel the offensive line got better, but not enough. Like I feel like they'll probably be in the 20 range unless they play out of their mind. Which please play out of your mind. So the wide receivers and the running backs. I'm gonna start with the running backs because I really want to talk about the wide receivers, but I'm gonna talk about the running backs. Well, I really want to talk about the running backs too. To my knowledge, the running backs are Jeremy Langford, Jordan Howard, Kadeem Carey. I think we still got Sonoris Perry, and we also got Jacquizz Rodgers. I don't know. Jacquizz Rodgers had a lot of playing time before he got hurt last year. I know he has a tendency to be hurt. I don't really see him making the team. I don't even know if he's still on the team. They could have let him go. But moving on. Jeremy Langford. Oh, okay. So this is Matt Forte's replacement. Jeremy Langford is one of the reasons why the Bears felt confident not to bring Matt Forte in. Prove it to me. Okay, look. Okay, Jeremy Langford, he had a hell of a game versus the Rams. He had a hell of a game versus the Chargers. Okay, but his yards per carry weren't necessarily that good. And there were moments where, we had chances, we had last drives where the ball was given to Jeremy Langford, whether that's a pass or a carry, and fucking he ain't do what he needed to do. And I'm specifically talking about the first Vikings game where he was wide open, third and 4, 5, 6. He was wide open. Jay tossed him the ball, and this dude drops it. Okay? Matt Forte wouldn't have dropped it. Okay? Every single time that Jeremy Langford or whoever the fuck tries to catch the ball, and it's a simple pass. If they drop it, I will shake my head and I will say Matt Forte wouldn't have dropped that ball. Okay? I'm really bitter. Okay? I'm bitter that Matt Forte's gone. Okay? But that's the past. Okay? And moving on to the future. Jeremy Langford. Jeremy Langford got speed. He's hella fast. Okay? But that I don't want to say that that's his only skill, but I want to say that that's his only skill. Jeremy Langford, I don't think that he's a Le'Veon Bell type. I don't think that's who he is. I feel like he will see the hole and he will run to the hole and he will be gone. Kadeem Carey. Dude been trying to get on the fucking field for how long? And he started to play special teams well, which let John Fox know that, hey, put this kid in. We don't have Forte at the moment. He out with an MCL sprain. Put him in. And you know what? Kadeem Carey runs violent and kind of out of control. I remember it was either the Redskins game or the 49ers game. They had gave him the ball and he seen a hole and he just ran forward. He ain't give a fuck who was in his way. If it was a bear, running that nigga over. If it was the other team, running them over. He just running them over. He fucking out of control. I want him to put that together. I think that Kadeem Carey is solid. Jordan Howard. Like I said before, when I was talking about the rookies that the Bears picked up, I feel like Jordan Howard will be the type of player that always break first contact. Okay, and he will always fight for short yardage. He will always fight for 2 yards, for 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. And if there's a hole big enough, and some lowly old defensive back is trying to strip the ball, from him, next thing you know, pow! Okay, he gone. Okay, he gone. So John Fox has a history of being a backfield by committee. So it's Jeremy Langford's job to lose, honestly. And I don't think that Kadeem Carey or Jordan Howard can take the job from Jeremy Langford. I think that Jeremy Langford can lose the job because he isn't He isn't catching the ball. He isn't getting 4 or 5 yards when there's 4 or 5 yards to be had. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see what Jeremy Langford does, because it's up to him whether he fucking wants this job. Okay, it is up to him, because there's some backs that's also looking to take his job. This is his job to lose. Moving on to the wide receivers. Boy, am I excited. So if you didn't know, okay, last year the Bears didn't have many. Their receivers were always hurt. Okay, fuck it. Okay, they were always hurt. We were literally down to Mark Mariani, Joshua Bellamy, Cameron Meredith, players like that, and they did what they had to do. Okay, but I'm gonna start with the top tier and go down from there. So the top tier receiver in this group, and I'm going to break them down into two because I have something to say about both of them. I'm going to start off with Alshon Jeffrey. Alshon Jeffrey is a number 1 receiver. At the day of this recording, they have not paid him yet. Okay? At the day of this recording, they have not paid him yet. Alshon Jeffrey, when he is on the field, coverage rolls to his side. Okay? But that doesn't matter, because he catch with his hands. He's fucking tall as hell. He can jump high as hell. He ain't that fast. But you know what? It freaking doesn't matter. Because when like Jay overthrows the ball, guess what? Jeffrey's hands, they're fucking up there, willing to make the catch. Alshon Jeffrey is a number 1 receiver if he wasn't so injury prone. And that's the reason why the Bears aren't paying him to this date. That's the reason why the Bears aren't paying him. Okay? I don't want Alshon Jeffrey to go. Okay? I fucking want Alshon Jeffrey to stay. Alshon Jeffrey is a number 1 receiver when he is healthy. But I think that he'll be playing on that franchise tag this year. And from what I've seen from various players throughout the time that I watch football, you know, sometimes players on the franchise tag don't play their hardest. Or maybe they play super hard because they really want that contract. I don't know if I trust Jeffrey's work ethic, because Jeffrey wasn't at Bears off-season camps. You know, granted, he was training with Dwayne Wade people or some shit like that. All right, fine. Okay, cool. But you wasn't here catching passes from Jay. You was out there catching passes from whoever the fuck else was fucking out there who ain't our fucking quarterback at that time. Alshon Jeffrey, to me, has a lot to prove. Like he's so good. He is really, really good when he is healthy. Okay, he is really good. And hopefully he can stay healthy this season. Though, like, I see it like this. Let's say that Alshon Jeffrey has a 14, 15, 1,600 yard season with over 100 catches. The Bears will sign him to a contract. I ain't gonna say a Dez Bryant contract. I ain't gonna say that. But, you know, like maybe a little bit lower. But he wants that Dez Bryant contract. He has to play to the level of Dez Bryant when Dez Bryant is healthy. And, you know, they going to meet up this season. So I'm curious to see who's going to have a better game. I'm just saying. So moving down from Jeffrey, Kevin White. Kevin White, I'm so excited for Kevin White. Okay, the way that I feel for Kevin White is the way that I felt for Alshon Jeffrey back when we had Brandon Marshall. Okay, Brandon Marshall commanded so much damn attention that Alshon Jeffrey flourished that season. That was the Mark Trestman year. That was when we thought everything was all sweet. But it wasn't. Kevin White, he's fast, he's tall, he's long. Okay, he has all the intangibles. He has the talent. He is full of talent. But he has not played football in what, 2 fucking years? Okay. Kevin White going against number 2 cornerbacks. I'm gonna take Kevin White. Okay. I think he can put it together. If Alshon Jeffrey is on the field, coverages will go to him. And that will be Kevin White's time to shine. That will be Kevin White's time to say, looking at I don't know, Jalen Ramsey or some shit like that. Hey, make a play, kid. You know, I expect him to have mistakes in the beginning, but I expect him to be a flat out beast at the end. Flat out beast at the end. Okay, that is what I expect. Kevin White, I'm so excited to see this dude. Just like every other Bears fan out there, we are excited. We want to see this dude run a fucking goal up the field and fucking make a crazy ass catch over 2 defenders. I see it. I see it right now. Okay, and fucking when it happens, I'm going to come back on this motherfucker. I'm going to just say, I told you. 3-second video. I told you he was going to do it. And Zach Miller. Zach Miller was super good last year. He was hella reliable. He was more reliable than Stonehands Bennett. Okay, but Zach Miller has one flaw that fucking damn near every fucking Bear has this fucking season, is the fact that he is hella injury prone. Like dude cannot get hit certain ways, or else we ain't gonna see him for the rest of the season. And the fact of the matter is, our tight end group is Zach Miller, who's kind of known, and then a bunch of dudes that need to fucking prove themselves. Excuse me. Zach Miller needs to stay healthy. Just stay healthy. Okay, I can see him being a solid, 50 yards? No, I'm sorry, not 50 yards. I'm sorry, 50 catches. 600 to 1,000 yards. Like a real solid season. Eddie Royal. I don't know the status of Eddie Royal. I can see him making a team because he's one of John Fox's guys. He's buddies with Jay Cutler. Okay, that's fine. But he could not stay healthy last year. He was always hurt. He was only in like 4 or 5 games. And when he was in there, it was like, you ain't the number one, bro. So like, like, he has a lot to prove to me. But that being said, is we'll see what happens with him. Okay, and then the bottom tier. So last year, like I said before, the Bears had a lot of wide receivers that were hurt. So a lot of guys had to step up. Guys like Joshua Bellamy, guys like Cameron Meredith, guys like Deontay Thompson. And it's another name. Oh, and Marquise Wilson. Speaking of Marquise Wilson, I think Marquise Wilson would have been hella good if he can stay uninjured. Like, whenever this dude catches the ball, it's usually for like 50 yards. And it usually comes with a fucking big ass fucking stiff arm. And that shit's fucking solid as fuck. But at the same time, I think he got injured during like OTAs or some shit with his foot again. So I don't know his status. So, hey, hopefully he can have a good season and maybe another team can draft him. Maybe not. Cameron Meredith. I like Cameron Meredith. I like his size and I like his speed. He is super talented. He was a quarterback, converted wide receiver. That's super cool. I will never forget that Chiefs game. It was like third and not gonna make it. And you know what? And this motherfucker ran an out route. Jay seen it, threw it to him, threw a bullet, caught the damn pass. Drive was still going on. He has talent. Put it together, kid. I would like for you to be on this team. Joshua Bellamy. Joshua Bellamy has some big moments, like like the Packers game, like the Lions game at the end of the season, he's solid, you know. And Deontay Thompson, you know, he's hella fast, but I feel like he's more a special teamer. So hopefully they can get that shit together. Wide receivers, I think I got everybody. Daniel Braverman, I don't see him getting on the field a lot unless there's injuries, but I want him to get on the field because I feel like he's kind of a mismatch nightmare, and you know he's fucking hella quick. Yeah. So lastly, we're gonna talk about the Clutchler. Oh yes, I'm a Cutler fan. Don't care what anybody say. I am a Cutler fan. At that same time, while I am a Cutler fan, I am greatly aware of his faults. Okay? Jay Cutler came off the best season that he has ever had last year. Okay? That's fine. Okay? That's great. Okay? Jay Cutler didn't have any receivers, but still came off his best season. He didn't throw that many interceptions until the last couple games where it was like, fuck it. I'm going to just fucking throw this bullet up, pick. That sucks. Yeah, so this is Jay Cutler. Just like Kyle Fuller, this is his make or break year. If Jay Cutler has a bad season, I can see him being traded or being dropped. If he has a solid season, I can see him coming back unless there's a better alternative, like a rookie or some shit like that. But I don't foresee that happening. Jay Cutler, if everything goes right with the Bears, injury-wise, if everything goes right with the Bears, I feel that Jay Cutler can have a season even better than last season. Even better than last season. One thing that I noticed this year that I don't think that I have ever seen Jay do. No, two. Okay. Jay did a hella good job climbing up the pocket. Like, please, correct me in the comment section if I'm mistaken. But when I seen Jay Cutler consistently drop back, look around, seeing the fucking pressure and the whole form, seeing him run up the pocket, extending the play, I've never seen him do that before. Okay, that seriously really surprised me, and him extending the play like that seriously, like, showed how much he wanted to be better at the quarterback position. Now, there were some things last year that Jay did that was, silly. Like, he has a bad tendency of overthrowing receivers. Like, it's consistently Jay. He will sometimes throw the ball on point, or he will sometimes, that bitch will fucking sail out the end zone, out the sideline, or some shit like that. That is Jay. But if everything goes well, and if Dow Loggains' system, which is going to be probably run heavy, maybe like 60-40 run, I can see the Bears being in a lot of close games, like they were last year sometimes. I can see them being in a lot of close games. Jay has to put it together. Jay has to have more drives where he's coming together with points, okay, as opposed to punting the ball. Yeah, like Jay is our quarterback, like, period. Jay is who we have. We are stuck with Jay for at least one more season. And I want to see the dude succeed, because I'm tired of seeing motherfuckers like Stephen A. Smith, Jay Cutler is a bum and blah blah blah. If he don't fucking know Chicago, okay, he don't fuck dude, okay. Okay, like when like when Jay Cutler throws a pick or something like that, you like see the fucking cameras zooming in on him, looking at Jay, looking at Cutler and shit. Come on, Jay. Like, push somebody down, get fucking mad, yell at somebody, okay? And it's just so fucking tiring seeing that shit. Like, I fucking want Jay to change the narrative, but the only person who can change that narrative of Jay Cutler is Jay Cutler. Look, we fucking beat the Packers last year. Granted, they was fucking going through some bullshit too. But Jay Cutler did it. Jay Cutler had a solid game versus his demon, okay, which is the fucking Green Bay Packers. So what that says to me is that Jay Cutler can beat the Packers. Is that the Bears can beat the Packers. So hopefully they just got to put it together, okay? And if everything works out well, I think that the Bears can have a really solid season. Now moving forward to the season, the Chicago Bears play the AFC South, the NFC East, and the NFC North, of course. I gotta grab my phone because I have all the games on my phone. So I'm just gonna go through the teams quickly, and just like a quick synopsis of what I think could happen. Week 1, Houston Texans. That's going to be a game where I'm curious to see how the Bears defense stacks up against players like Nuke Hopkins, as well as the player they got in the first round, who I can't think of his name, Will Fuller. Okay, his speed, he's fast as fuck. Okay, Will Fuller is hella fast. I am curious to see what the Bears defense is going to do versus a team that can be explosive. Granted, we don't know what Brock Osweiler is. He only has 7 games, but he got paid like fucking Peyton Manning. So, like, hey, we'll see how that shit happens. The Philadelphia Eagles. I'll be quite honest with you. They have a pretty solid defense, but I don't see them winning that game. If the Bears lose this game, I will be fucking disappointed. The Cowboys. I can see the Cowboys resurging back, and I'm really curious to see what Elliott does. But at that same time, I don't think that their defense is that good because of a lot of shit that they got going on. I feel like this is the game where I expect Kevin White's name to be mentioned more than 3 times. If everything goes well, of course. Week 4, the Lions. They don't have Megatron, so the secondary should have a better time containing them. I like Marvin Jones, okay? So, but he ain't no fucking Megatron. So I'm curious to see how the Lions rebound without Megatron, and I really want the Bears to beat the Lions because I'm fucking tired of losing to the Lions. Okay, they have no business sweeping us. The fuck no, never. Week 5, the Colts. Andrew Luck had a questionable season last year, but I still think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They have a lot of weapons on offense. Their defense is not that good. This is another week where I foresee our running backs having a better game, but I also expect to hear Kevin White's name. It's coming up just a little bit more often. Week 6, the Jaguars. So I like the Jaguars. I can't wait to play with them in Madden. Let me tell you. This is where the Bears defense. This is a game where we're gonna know if the Bears are really understanding what Vic Fangio is feeding them. This offense is gonna be off the fucking chains. Okay, Allen Robinson, Allen Hurns, Julius Thomas, Blake Bortles, Chris Ivory. I mean, they are so stacked. Okay, they are ridiculous. And by this point, I expect the Jaguars defense to start putting it together. Okay, so this is going to be a test for both the offense and the defense to put shit together so that we can come up with the win. The Packers. Next game, week Week 7, the Packers. You know what? Well, it, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback. Period. Point blank. So we beat that team last year, but that team won't be this team that we play this year. They will have Jordy Nelson back. Randall Cobb will be back in his true role, which is a fucking pain in the Bears' ass. That's his true role, a pain in our ass. Okay. Basically, the Green Bay Packers have the Bears' number. Last year was an anomaly, but happy as fuck though. I don't know what to make of this game. It's a divisional game, and it's going to be close. Next week is the Vikings. The Vikings defense will be blank. No. The Vikings offense will be what makes or break this game. While I like Teddy Bridgewater, I'm not going to sit here and say that I have full trust that he'll make a Russell Wilson type of leap. I feel like he will be an Alex Smith type, which ain't bad. He's fucking really, really good. But I don't see him like making a play that breaks the game. So we'll see. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jameis Winston, I love the kid. There is no reason that we should lose to this team. Sorry. The New York Giants. This is fucking Kyle Fuller's. This is Kyle Fuller's make or break game, because you know that they gonna be tossing that motherfucker all over the damn yard. Okay, Beckham, Sterling Shepard, man. This is when the secondary. This is the game where the secondary need to fucking show up, because I feel that the front seven will do their job, but it's up to Kyle Fuller, Tracy Porter, and them boys to figure out how the fuck to slow down Odell Beckham. You don't stop Odell Beckham. You slow him down. Okay? Either you can do the Josh Norman tactic, get him inside his head, fucking with his head. Maybe he'll like get off his game. But Odell Beckham is fucking off the chains. And they have to find some way to fucking stop this dude. Tennessee Titans. I don't see us losing versus this team, but I think that the Tennessee Titans are trending upward. I think that they'll be a whole lot more fun to watch. I don't really see us losing this game. San Francisco 49ers, same thing. Chip Kelly. There will be a lot of offensive plays on their side of the ball. Whatever. Lions number 2. Beat them. Beat them. Period. Packers number 2. Now, at this point, I would imagine that the Bears are in playoff contention. They are in a spot where it would behoove them not to lose any games at this point. And this is going to be, the Packers is going to be the Bears' gatekeeper. Whether the fucking Bears can pull this one off to beat the Packers, or they fall flat because Jay Cutler threw a pick, or because Randall Cobb broke free, or because fucking Aaron Rodgers then fucking mastered the fucking talent of Hail Marys. Who knows what could happen? Week 16, the Redskins, they fucking got us good last year. Can we stop a tight end? Will Jordan Reed even be healthy? Who knows? Who knows what the answer is? I don't know, but I expect the Bears to win that game. Lastly, Minnesota Vikings. I expect this to be Minnesota Vikings versus the Bears, wild card spot on the line. I'm not finna say that the Bears are gonna win, because the Bears can lose. But I'm gonna say this: that final game, Week 17 versus the Vikings. I'm sorry. It may come down to Robbie Gould. Now, I didn't talk about Robbie Gould last year. He did not have a good season. I see him bouncing back. He's fucking hella clutch, but he did not have a good season. This is going to be one of those games where Robbie Gould's probably going to need to make an early field goal. Okay? And if he does, we could win this game. If he does not, we could lose this game. Okay, this is how I feel. So overall, I feel that the Bears are a team that's trending upward. John Fox has a record of taking teams from their first season being meh till the second team being like, oh shit, this is a fun team to watch. Yeah. I see the Bears potentially with the teams that we play at their best, 10-6. Okay, 10-6. I can see us losing a couple division games versus teams like the Packers and the Vikings. Maybe the Lions. I can see the Cowboys stealing one. I can see the Jaguars possibly stealing a game. I can see the Texans stealing one. At the worst, okay, when like shit's just not happening. Jay ain't having a good season. Kevin White is turning out to be a bust. Kyle Fuller is just sitting on the field playing in the grass. Okay, at the worst, 6-10. 6-10 again. Getting us another top 10 draft pick, So to end the video, overall, I'm high on the Bears. I'm not saying they're a guaranteed playoff team. There's there's two teams in the NFL that are fucking guaranteed to be NFL playoff teams. And one of them is inspired by cheese. So, it's gonna be fun to watch this team grow. Because while I feel like they don't have the pieces to make the run, okay, they will make a name for themselves to hopefully bring in that future piece to truly make a real run like they did back in 2010. So, so this is my Bears preview. Please comment, tell me your thoughts, tell me if fucking you don't like my voice, tell me what you think about my analysis. I had a really great time doing this. Thanks for watching it. Subscribe if you want to. I'm letting you know this is a gaming channel. Okay, this is off the cuff because I fucking want to talk about the Bears and fucking nobody else is talking about the Bears. So I'm here to talk about the Chicago Bears. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe if you like gaming. If you don't like gaming, don't subscribe. I'm not even fucking with you. It's your boy French Fries, Julian. I'm out. Adios. Sayonara. Hasta la vista. We out. Peace.